Well, afternoon everyone. You don't normally get an afternoon. If I had a big enough channel, I'd be going live with this, but unfortunately I'm not that big, so I can't go live. So you're just gonna have to get a little video. Just a little heads up, the sun decided to pop off a X5 flare about 2.5-3 hours ago, depending on when you're watching this. Obviously you might be watching this days from now, and then you probably already experienced it. This is on the heels of 2 other flares it's already fired off over the last, I don't know, 24 hours or so. The first 2 have actually, or will be combining as they hit within the next 12 hours. So for a timing sense, it's now nearly 1 o'clock where I am. It's going to be hitting between about the next 12 to 18 hours. So we're talking about early Wednesday morning to lunchtime Wednesday UK time. Okay, and then followed by this X5. Now the X5 might even catch up with the other 2, because think of the first one as an icebreaker in the Arctic or the Antarctic. It's going quite slow, it's ploughing through the ice, it's breaking a channel. But the other 2 are cruising up that channel, and they don't have to worry about breaking the ice. The first one's cleared all that out of the way. It's why we get cannibal CMEs, because the first one is already going slow because it's ploughing through all the solar shit in the space between the sun and the planets. But it's not there for the second one or the third one, or heaven forbid a 4th one, because if a 4th one happens, things are going to start getting really messy. As it stands for now, you can think of the first one's hitting as a little bit of a 1-2 punch in boxing. Yeah, it's just knocked its opponent off guard, and that opponent is us in this particular case. It's going to put a lot of strain on our magnetosphere. And then we've got this X5 coming in. So if you can remember, sort of May time last year, I think, May time 2024, we had big solar flares here, and we had the northern lights down in my neck of the woods in Norfolk. They were reported in Texas, they were reported as far south as Costa Rica, I think. We can expect something like that again. It does depend on the magnetic charge of the flares. If they couple up with the magnetic charge of our magnetosphere, then it's going to be a lot worse. If they're the same, then our magnetosphere has a better chance of repelling it. If you know about magnetism, opposites attract. Okay, so actually if it's the same, so if it's the same, they push each other apart. If they're opposite from each other, it makes it worse. We can be expecting, along with these northern lights, the possible increase of electrical troubles, radio troubles, radio blackouts and things, internet systems going down and the like. It's going to put a lot of charge on the grids, okay, all sorts of grids. And bear in mind, our power grids were not, yes, I haven't got a hat on, I know, my hair's messy because I did have a hat on, but it's warm in the van, and I'm heading back towards work, and took my hat off because it's warm, so my hair's got a little bit of hat hair going on. But that's not the point. The point is, our grids were never designed to take the loads they're currently taking at the moment, which puts a lot of strain on the loads. Just like how our magnetosphere is under increased strain because magnetic poles are deciding that they're going on a little jolly, apparently to the Bay of Bengal. They fancy a holiday in India. But so it's possible. There is a very small chance, and when I say a small chance, you have more luck of winning the lottery, I would imagine, of this being a big, massive problem for the world. Okay, it won't be just knocking out weakly protected grids, really under strain grids. It will be knocking out the strongest possible grids. Tiny chance of that. Okay, now there is a bigger chance that maybe high northern latitudes will get grid down situations. They might even turn off the power sort of just a little bit before it's apparently meant to impact. so that there's less chance of the surges blowing up transformers and the like. So get prepared for that if you are in those latitudes. If you have health problems, heart problems or things, migraines, if you're susceptible to space weather in general, you can be prepared for that as well, because the stress on things like that will go up. If you have migraines and you think they're solar connected, when the sun flares and things, well, then you probably know. So a heads up for you if that is the case. My man, I will put a link in there. What's his name? Ben Davison. Can't quite remember his surname. On Space Weather News is the man who is alerted me to this. He happened to just be sort of waking up as it happened, checked his computer and gone, oh my word. I don't think he used those exact words. I think he swore a little bit and kept referring to how disgusting and ugly it looked. But the point is, he's got it out there. And well, do him a favour, go and check out his channel if you're not already on his channel. If you are already on his channel, you probably already know, especially if you're in this part of the world where it's not stupid early in the morning. I got a bit of a croaky voice. I got a bit of a cold coming, or the cold I've been fighting off for the last couple of weeks is finally gripping its talons into me. I'm feeling crappy, but there it is. Yeah, just a little heads up, just to let you know. Be warned, be prepared, don't be scared, because, well, we're all descendants of survivors. We've made it through this shit before. We'll make it through this shit again. Okay, until next time, have fun out there.